Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good day all. You are welcome. So in today's video, we are going to look at the concept of bioinformatics. So let's start with the definition of bioinformatics. Introduction to bioinformatics. Bioinformatics is an interdisciplinary field that combines biology, computer science, and information technology. A bioinformatics is a field or is a field of biological sciences that requires the combined knowledge of biology, computer science, and information technology. So for you to have a good understanding of bioinformatics, you need to have a better understanding of biology, computer science, and information technology. And it is primary goal of bioinformatics is to analyze and interpret biological data, especially genetics and genomic information. So one of the very important things of bioinformatics, it is trying to uh, analyze and interpret biological data, especially genetics and genomic information. So in any research, it is the best way to start using bioinformatics. That is to start from computer, to start in silico, to give you a prediction of what you are going to find out in the lab. So bioinformatics is very important in analyzing biological data, especially genetics and genomic information. So in bioinformatics, we analyze data like protein, DNA, and RNA. So these are the informational macromolecules that we usually considered as a biological data in bioinformatics. And the field has become essential for understanding complex biological systems and advancing personalized medicine. So it becomes very important because now in many areas of research, especially in the developed world, they usually start with bioinformatics data because it helps in understanding a complex biological system, and it also aids in advancing personalized medicine. So, as we can see by informatics, it is a branch or it's an area of life sciences or it's an area of sciences that requires a knowledge of it requires the knowledge of engineering, combined knowledge of engineering, biology, computer science, chemistry, biochemistry, and physics. So a bioinformatics is an interdisciplinary field that combines the knowledge of engineering, biology, computer science, chemistry, biochemistry, and physics. So if you really want to understand the area of bioinformatics, you need to have a good understanding of all these fields. And very importantly, ladies and gentlemen, bioinformatics involves the development of algorithms, computational tools, and databases. So it's one of the fields that is actually involves in the development of different algorithms, computational tools, and databases for analyzing and interpreting biological data. So that is why we need to have a very good understanding of computer sciences, because it's the knowledge of computer science and computer engineering that will help you to develop various algorithms, computational tools, and various databases that can be used in analyzing the biological data. And very importantly, the key component of this bioinformatics, it encompasses sequence analysis. It also encompasses structural analysis and functional annotation. So this is some of the key components of bioinformatics. It includes sequence analysis, structural analysis, and functional annotation. And as we can see from here, the knowledge of bioinformatics require the knowledge of genome sequences. It also requires the knowledge, or it aids in structural genomics, It also requires your knowledge or to get knowledge from literature, SNP data, that is single nucleotide polymorphism. It need clinical data. And also bioinformatics, it helps in proteomics, transcriptomics, and metabolomics. So this is some of the important area that bioinformatics can help you to understand. It can help you in analyzing or in proteomics approach. Generally, you can say in omics approach, which include genomics, proteomics, transcriptomics, metabolomics. And also at the same time, the information that you can derive from the bioinformatics, it can also help to develop the models. It can also aid in developing diagnostic tools. It can also predict data. It can also aid in identifying drug targets. So this component, it enables researchers to manage and analyze large-scale biological data set efficiently. So seriously, ladies and gentlemen, the area of bioinformatics, it helps in in analyzing and managing a complex biological data sets. So DNA and protein sequence analysis. So sequence analysis of both the DNA and protein is very important in identifying genes, mutation, in evolutionary relationships. So in the area of bioinformatics, we have area that actually associated, or we call it sequence analysis. That is one of the things that we do in bioinformatics. In bioinformatics, we do sequence analysis. This sequence analysis is very important in identifying genes in the genome of a particular organism. It can also help to see if there is a mutations in those identified genes. It can also help to identify the evolutionary relationships, or to establish the evolutionary relationships between organisms within their genes. You can get genes from human, you can get genes from monkey, like chimpanzee. And from there, you can actually see from the sequence analysis if they share any common ancestry. So that is one of the important things of sequence analysis. So this sequence analysis, it actually involves the DNA sequencing. When we say DNA sequencing, it means identifying the sequence of nucleotides that are present in the DNA. Amino acid sequencing and also RNA sequencing. So it is actually from this sequencing, you can get the DNA sequence of a particular gene from one organism, and you can also get it from another organism, and you can run sequence analysis to see if there is any evolutionary relationship or mutations across the organism. So this is one of the important things in sequence analysis, and we are going to do a videos on how to do sequence analysis for both the protein, RNA, and the DNA. So tools like BLASTs are widely used to compare nucleotide and protein sequences. So we have BLAST, which is basic local alignment search tools. It is also a tools that can be used to compare a nucleotide and protein sequences across different organisms. So we are also going to do a video that also show how to do the blast search for both the nucleotides and protein sequences. So accurate sequence analysis is crucial for understanding genetic variations and disease mechanisms. So if you are able to understand or if we can accurately do a sequence analysis, it can help you to understand the genetics variations and also disease mechanisms. So apart from the sequence analysis, we also have genomics and genome assembly. Genomics focuses on the comprehensive study of genomes and their functions. So a genomics is one of the area of bioinformatics and biological sciences that trying to focuses on the comprehensive study of the genomes and their functions, the genomes of organisms, like for example, the human genome, the genome from cattle, the genome from chicken are different. So it is actually through the genomic studies that you'll be able to see how genomes vary from one organism to another and their functions, and how the differences in the genomes make us different from one species with one another. So genome assembly, it involves reconstructing the entire genomes from sequencing reads. So what happens in genome assembly and annotation, you will have an entire genome, you will have a DNA sequence reads, and you will use that DNA sequence reads and reconstruct the entire genome from the reads. So as we can see, this is a different DNA sequence reads. And as you can see that the different reads are now reconstructed or are now reassembled. So the reads assembled into context. And then after you have the context, then you will now have an annotated genome. So a genome assembly is involved reconstructing the entire genome from the sequence read. So you can see from this figure, this is the different DNA sequence reads, and it's now used to generate or to assemble the reads into context, and then finally we'll have annotated genome. And ladies and gentlemen, in this of our lecture, we are also going to discuss further on that, on how to do how to generate context and also genome annotation. So advances in sequencing technologies have accelerated genome projects worldwide. So the next thing is structural bioinformatics. Structural bioinformatics studies the 3D structures of biomolecules to understand their functions. So one of the things that we do in bioinformatics, you can get the sequence from the sequence of data, the DNA or RNA sequences. You can actually generate the 3D structure of the molecules in order to understand the function. So techniques like X-ray crystallography and cryo-electron microscopy provide a structural data. So with these techniques like X-ray crystallography and cryo-electron microscopy, they are used in providing the structure of biological data for DNA and proteins. So you see, this is actually a typical structural bioinformatics where you get the amino acid sequence to predict the primary, secondary, tertiary, and the quaternary structure of the proteins. And very importantly, computational modeling can predict the protein structures and interaction, which aids in drug discovery. So with the structural bioinformatics, you can be able to predict the structure of the proteins and also the interactions of the proteins with other biomolecules, which help in drug discovery. Then now, what are the applications of bioinformatics in medicine? So bioinformatics have various applications. It has application in medicine. The application of bioinformatics in medicine, it helps in identifying disease biomarkers. Also, it helps in precision medicine. And also, very importantly, bioinformatics is also important in the environment, especially in biodiversity and also pollution monitoring. It is also very important in a field like pharmacy and drug development, where it helps in identifying drug targets, identification, and also in silico screening. Other fields like forensic, nutrition, and space biology, also the bioinformatics play an essential role in that. So industry and biotechnology, it's also very important in industry and biotechnology where with the knowledge of bioinformatics, it can help in biofuel production and also enzymes engineering. So very importantly, in agriculture, bioinformatics can help in crop improvement and plant microbe interactions. So these are the various applications of bioinformatics in the field of, or in various fields. So now, in medicine, bioinformatics supports personalized medicine by analyzing patient-specific genetic data. So with the knowledge of bioinformatics, you can be able to identify a specific data from a particular patient, which can be used in developing a specific drugs based on that genetic data. And that is what we call personalized medicine. To develop a drug specifically for a particular individual based on the genetic data. And it also plays a role in identifying biomarkers for disease diagnosis and prognosis. So bioinformatics can help you to identify disease biomarkers in order to diagnose and also assess the prognosis of a disease. The field also facilitates drug discovery and development of targeted therapies. So this is the applications of bioinformatics in medicine. And what are the challenges in bioinformatics? Handling the massive volume of biological data requires robust computational infrastructure. So you can, because in biology, we actually deals with a lot of big biological data, which requires a robust computational infrastructure. So ensuring data accuracy, quality, and standardization remains a significant concern in the area of bioinformatics. And also, at the same time, ladies and gentlemen, the in the area of the bioinformatics, so you see ethical considerations such as data privacy and sharing are also a critical in biomedical research. So there's ethical considerations, accuracy, quality, and standardization also remain a significant concern. And big data or a massive volume of biological data require a robust computational infrastructure. So these are actually some of the challenges that are associated with bioinformatics. So what are the future directions in bioinformatics? Integration of artificial intelligence and machine learning will enhance data analysis capacities. So the emergence of multi-omics approach will provide a comprehensive biological insight. So continuous technological advances promise to revolutionize healthcare and biological research. So ladies and gentlemen, this is where we are going to stop. I hope you will enjoy this video. Please don't forget to subscribe and join to my YouTube communities for more videos. Thank you very much and see you next.